Okay, we're started up, and sorry about the little late audio there. I was bad.
Yeah, both races are underway. It'll definitely be a very, very close race. Area 1, obviously being the first area, will be at least somewhat of a good indicator as to where the runners are kind of at with their, you know, nerves or their skills. It's definitely going to be a good one.
Here I am commentating with my mic muted, but yeah, for sure, I think it's going to be a good one, like you said, and you know, we'll see how it plays out. Feel free as well in the chat, because we didn't really do too much audio syncing. Let us know if it's too quiet, too loud, and I'll be happy to make adjustments for you as well. Make it a pleasurable watching experience.
So we'll see both players, you know, do relatively the same strats in the parlor room, and I definitely will assume that their strats will be very similar in the anteroom as well. Generally speaking, Area 1 is pretty stock standard for most top-level runners. There is very, very slight, you know, personal preference kind of variances. Like some players will elect to pull out the Game Boy Horde to do scare skips for some of the doubles, and some won't. It really just comes down to what they're comfortable with. And we'll see both players actually elect to not do that for the anteroom double. Yeah, you'll also notice both players not electing to go for a double on that pair of golden ghosts. The reason that they don't do that is because the next set of ghosts that spawn in actually will spawn in faster. So that's why you'll see them, you know, just kind of grab each one individually.
Yep. In the meantime, just, you know, basic Area 1 stuff happening so far. And, yeah.
Yeah, both players looking like they're very close in time right now. We're only 2 minutes into the run, but sometimes Area 1 can be a bit brutal and mean, and you'd be surprised how much time can be lost if a mistake is made.
Yeah, especially if you miss just the wrong double in one of those early rooms or anything like that. It's definitely a doozy.
Absolutely, absolutely. You'll see the players actually electing to do different strats. HD pulling Neville into the bottom corner, and Jovin pulling him into the top corner. Again, one of those just personal.
Oh well, this is cool.
Strats, and now they're totally synced up here.
Both of them have 0 pearls too, which is nice.
Yes, so both of them are on that track for the low percent.
The low percent dream. Look at this. This is the stuff I love to see.
Absolutely.
Both pulling nice, Lydia into the top right corner. And both of them almost identical suck up. HD's maybe just a hair faster.
Yeah. Jovin have a little bit trouble with the chest there. Getting the key open. Or getting the chest open for the key, but...
Yeah, those chests sometimes, they're rough.
Yeah, they are rough.
Also, HG seemingly also sucked up the ghost a lot faster because his timer actually is in sync with Jovin's now, so... Oh, do you guys hear that fan? I'll bring it down. Here, that should be miles better. So yeah, both getting the ball shot and moving on to the Area 1 boss fight, Chauncey, where we hope to see a nice clean 2 cycle.
Absolutely.
Some instant ball catches and, you know, some good stuff.
For sure. Who knows, though? I mean, these are both top-level runners. Maybe we'll finally see the Chauncey 1 cycle.
Listen, I will lose my mind. If someone just popped in the tournament and was like, by the way, just in like a random match.
Oh, yeah. It'd be the place to do it, you know. Nobody would be expecting it.
Just by the by.
Yep. Easy.
Yeah, HD definitely, you know, both of them really on decent area ones here.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely seeing very, very top level play from both runners, you know. Like you were saying earlier, HD may be having some slightly better suck-ups, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's definitely, you know, maybe a second.
Yeah. Yeah, HD is definitely known for being very good at Area 1. Also, you'll notice them getting hit on purpose here, losing coins. It's to get that low percent dream. Getting hit here on purpose again as well to get some iframes.
For the second ball grab, yep.
Exactly. Back in the past, we used to let Luigi get hit in the face, but now we let Luigi get hit earlier. A lot of Luigi abuse. Yeah, a 549 and a 551 Chauncey, respectively.
Very, very good.
Very respectable times.
Absolutely.
Especially in a tournament setting.
Yeah, both sub 6 keys. Both players, you know, getting very clean early ball grabs. Very clean movement overall through Area 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I think, you know, most runners would take that Area 1 and continue it. Yeah, most, if not all.
I would hope so, yeah. I'd kill for an Area 1 like that. Area 2 is where the real fun starts, though. You know, you got the early release, you got all the boos. Oh, that's when the fun starts.
Yeah, exactly. And we're just gonna go ahead and move into that. In the meantime, for those just tuning in, this is the Luigi's Mansion No Out of Bounds tournament. I believe this is a round 3 matchup of the main bracket. If you want to check out the bracket, feel free to type !LM in chat. It's got both the schedule and the bracket there. Main goal of the category, beat the game without going out of bounds. You got to collect 40 boos, beat the final boss. Pretty much the main any percent -1 glitch. It's the most common category, though, of this game if you're new to it.
So we'll see both players shining their flashlight up towards the ceiling. That's to prevent ghosts from spawning down on the ceiling and scaring them. You'll also see both players electing to utilize the Game Boy Horror to do a scare skip to position themselves for that double. A lot of the times that Luigi gets scared, it's definitely not a huge thing, but they add up. Usually when he gets scared, especially in the hallway, it's about a second of time loss, so you can imagine that if you're not taking
those seconds really add up.
Yeah. If you're not taking the steps to prevent getting scared, walking through all the hallways, they do add up. 1 or 2, it's okay, but when it adds up to a couple more, then it's not so fun.
A beautiful scare skip from HD and from Jovin as well.
Yeah, Jovin getting the first set a little bit closer together. HD.
Well, look at that mask suck up on HD side.
Yeah.
And Jovin's maybe just a little bit. Yeah, it's about the same distance apart. It's funny because all those Shy Guys were really different from each other. Like Jovin probably got the first 2 a little faster, but the last one was a little slower and HD backwards.
So we'll see if we get early release.
No early release for HD and early release for Jovin.
That could come into play.
Sucks. I hate that, man. Like, you see, it's a 50-50 chance. You get it or you don't.
It's
and
totally
I hate to see a totally good race, just someone just blast ahead a little bit from no reason. No reason at all.
Yeah, so Jovin will have about a 10-second lead now against HD. Very unfortunate. I feel like it's one of those things where either both of you should get it or neither of you should get it. It's rough. You also see Jovin get the poster skip very well there, and HD going for it as well. Getting a mushroom spawn.
Got a mushroom. I hate that. That mushroom spawn is the worst. Luckily, it's being pretty nice to him.
It was pretty nice. It was definitely interesting. Jovin elected to hit the bucket to potentially spawn the mushroom if it was in fact and their only coins came out, but HD electing to not do that. So again, one of those very small differences between the runners. So we'll see Jovin getting a 9:47 boo release. Really, really good time there.
Yeah, I mean, It's what you want.
HD getting about a 954, 55. So.
And I mean, a 955 no early release is, you know, still very good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Some, you know, a lot of mid-level runners get 955s with early release, so it's, you know, just take that into account of, you know, how good these run, especially really, there's been no major mistakes so far.
Yeah, playing very, very well up through even Area 1 into, you know, the pre-release segment into Area 2 is not an easy feat, especially, again, in a tournament setting. There's a lot of nerves, pressure, you know.
Yeah.
There's
now, here's the fun part, is this lead for Jovin can mean nothing even in this first room right now, based on how it plays out. With the Boo RNG and what we're going to see here.
And, of course, the tech skip.
And it looks like Jovin's just going to pull the cloth off right away. And it does not pay off. That's going to really hurt him. And he's having trouble finding the Boo as well. HD also opting. Jovin having a ton of trouble finding this Boo. HD finds it right away. And like I said, this first room, just like that, the lead means nothing. HD pops right back in the lead here.
You got that commentator's curse, GameCube.
I'm telling you. I curse everyone. I curse Skazi's run so bad the other day. Yeah, HD getting second best RNG, and so it's really going to leave them tied here. Jovin a second behind at best. Jovin,
RNG, yep.
Unfortunately, it wasn't just RNG on that first room, though. It was also a lot of difficulty reading the radar.
Oh, absolutely, yes. I was referring to the anteroom. Yeah, there was good RNG there for Jovin, but yeah, I don't know what happened in the parlor room. That was a bit tricky.
It was a little. I think it was a little bit of like early onset panic there of like, what's happening?
We've all been there. It's like, where's the Boo? I don't know where it is. Is it over here? Is it over here? I don't know.
And here you'll see HDlax going for what's called Boo Double. I am absolutely joking. But Jovin, on the other hand, there's no... Okay. He teased! He teased! What a guy. You see that vacuum out, and it's just like, oh no, they're not actually gonna...
I feel like, given the you know, skill level of both players, both could probably execute it, but again, it would be very risky given that, they are so close in time, you know? Oof. If the matchup was maybe a little bit...
Look at that. Jovin could have gone for it if he actually... What if he accidentally activated it? That would have been a thing.
Oh my. Both players still very close in time, probably about 4 or 5 seconds apart.
Yeah, it's anyone's game right now. I'm not gonna switch audio like crazy if they're only 4 seconds apart. By the way, if you're curious, if like HD's in the lead, why is Jovin's audio playing?
Both players grabbing the toilet key, a very important part of the run.
Yeah, so for sure. So HD technically optimized his RNG a lot better there, which is why you see HD is back in the lead here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, that first room, the parlor, I believe it's called, really got the best of Jovin.
Just a little bit, but there's still so much time for him to clean up the run and definitely take the lead. Yeah, going back to what you were saying, RNG management is incredibly huge when it gets to this level of like gameplay. You know, any player can play well with good RNG, but when you do kind of, you know, get bad RNG or, you know, kind of have a situation that you're not expecting, being able to manage that situation and get what you're looking for out of the situation is very important when it comes to ensuring that you're not losing extra time or time that you don't have to lose.
You see both of these runners actually getting pretty phenomenal RNG here. You really don't want painting RNG in this room. It's just, no. But both of them getting it, I believe, on their first tries, just based on the timing of what I saw. And so the gap remains. HD probably had a little bit more optimal double suck-ups based on, or maybe the Boo, but HD did gain another maybe 2 seconds or so on Jovin here, it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, HD missing a candle. That's a little unfortunate.
It's a little punishing, too, because that means the Butler's just going to be a little further away, so it's like a double time loss.
Absolutely. The butler cycle here is incredibly important.
Actually, it's the same time loss. It hurts.
Yeah. Still a pretty good position on the butler there.
Actually, it looks like they have very similar positions. Oh, Jovin missed though.
He was getting a little cute there, and just happened to miss the butler.
Getting a little cute.
You know, just trying to be nonchalant about it. You know, I got it.
I can't actually. That second spray, I can't believe worked from where it was.
Yeah, I was a bit shocked too. So we'll see both players probably setting up for their hat skip here.
Yeah. And this is a room, I say it in every race, but although it's an easy room, if you mess it up, you're in a world of hurt. Because it is, you have to play very, very tight if you miss this double.
Absolutely. HD getting the hat skip, Jovin going for it as well and getting it. Yeah, that room can be very unforgiving, especially given the butler cycle. The last thing you want to do is have the butler, you know, work back to where he goes in the hallway.
Yeah,
so
if he
time loss.
I mean, that's the end of the at this level of gameplay. That's the end of your race.
You'll notice both players actually taking the boost.
Oh,
the mouse hole.
Jovin. That's unfortunate. The boo just switched on Jovin as he was checking the tool chest.
Oof, that's the worst. Yeah, the players utilizing that they're playing on the Japanese version and doing those tech skips. Very important. HD potentially getting some pretty good RNG there, and he does.
HD's RNG really, like, besides obviously the tablecloth tech skip, has been more or less cooperating with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh. Jovin looking to maybe get some similar
The
RNG.
same RNG.
Yep, there it goes.
Oh, did we see a laundry boot tech skip here?
Looks
We don't.
like he does just miss it. A very advanced trick though, and definitely not the end of the world.
That's actually the entire speed run, and I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll see Jovin give his go at it. Looks like a more promising
get it.
tech skip, yep, and he does get it.
So as you see, Jovin just obtained the world record in this category. And yeah, that's it. All you have to do is get laundry boot tech skip. It's a very, like Sammy was saying, it's a very finicky tech skip.
Absolutely.
Just the way the cloth is on there, it takes a lot more force to suck it up than some other cloths in the game.
Alright, it's looking like HD's getting water. I'm gonna say Jovin's gonna also get water.
I think you're correct. I obviously don't have
so
sound. I'm looking at the hands, and I think you're correct. Yep.
I'm the all-knowing melody wizard. Confirmed.
Confusing the casuals. Don't worry about it. This is a speedrunning channel. You're not the best RNG there for HD, having to go left side of the room. Potentially great RNG for Jovin.
But nope,
I'm a liar. I'm a
Telling
liar.
us that
But it
commentator's
switched
first.
back! Oh my goodness. The second boost switch there for Jovin.
Yeah, Jovin definitely getting a bit more lucky there, but HD still maintaining his lead pretty well.
I don't know if I would call that lucky having to go back for that. It's...
That's true. I guess it is more debatable since he already was like about halfway across the room. That is true.
If he was still right next to it, it'd be another story. But I think, considering he was already at the key, I wouldn't... Just an for me. I wasn't watching the radar here, but did
It's looking like it's on the right side of the room for
yeah, either way. And you'll see he uses vacuum there to check both spots. Good strat. Do it all the time.
Absolutely. It's the little things in this game that save you time.
Jovin gonna be doing the same thing here. Unfortunately, it's in the tablecloth.
Oh, and he doesn't even spray the door.
And then it switched. Oh, Jovin.
time.
Jovin!
We'll
I don't
see
know.
that.
Did he hit the door there?
I don't know, honestly. I'm not sure. He did. Okay. Yeah, I think he took a couple shots with it to make sure that he at least got it. So when he missed the first one, he was like, "Oh."
That was a little rough.
Yeah, we'll see HD here heading into the graveyard, going for the Skelly.
Dude, old school water strat. The water stun lock, boys.
I've never seen that before.
Really?
No.
That's what it used to be before the flashlight stun lock.
Gotcha.
Before we knew that we could do the flashlight stun lock.
HD sticking to his roots. Mad respect again. I'm almost certain that Jovin will go for the stun lock, and maybe
most people do nowadays. Ooh.
Oh,
okay.
that was a bit scary.
little bit suspect there, but it worked. So you know, whatever.
So we'll see HD starting his Bogmire fight in just a second here, and Jovin starting the cutscene.
Yeah, so a little bit more of a gap, mostly because of that kitchen.
Yeah.
That kitchen was rough. HD getting very dragged around by Bogmire. Yeah, I was gonna say, getting dragged around that much is gonna usually wind up in a 2-cycle, which is very rare to see from HD of all people.
Yeah, it just shows Bogmire's mean to everybody. Like it can happen to anybody. Getting the 1 cycle on Bogmire is definitely not an easy feat, and this is definitely an opportunity here for Jovin to maybe make up some of that time.
Yeah, definitely good chance for Jovin here, as long as he 1 cycles.
Jovin,
wow. The called it. No, I didn't jinx anyone, I swear.
Yeah, so very unfortunate for both players not being able to 1 cycle Bogmire.
That was Jovin's chance, man.
It was. He would have saved like 10 seconds probably.
Yeah, so even though Bogmire only has 100 HP, it's obviously, you know, not to be underestimated. As you see 2 top runners getting a 2 cycle. It can happen.
Absolutely. It really can. Both of these runners would have definitely reset.
At that point, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Bogmire is definitely one of the hardest ghosts in the game, I would say, to 1 cycle. Well, one of the ghosts that is actually possible to 1 cycle.
Yeah, definitely don't let that 100 health deceive you. Alright, so now we got Area 3, one of my personal favorites, even a little more than Area 4 for me personally.
I like Area 3 too.
I think it's a great mix of skill and RNG.
Absolutely.
It's one of the most ghost-filled areas. It's just a lot of stuff going on.
Absolutely. And the area boss definitely makes you test your skills too. Because once you get through Area 3, you're like, oh, I'm gold, and then you go to the area boss and it's Boolossus, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, but a lot of, the upper skill players, once, they do hit Boolossus, on the other hand, it's, once you know what you're doing, it's very skill-based, and they should be able, Commentator's Curse here, about 20 minutes ahead of time, obviously a little less than 20 minutes ahead of time, but Commentator's Curse, they should be able to 1 cycle pretty easily.
Yeah, unless they get very unlucky with like an ice spawn or something like that, it's usually not too bad for a top level runner. But I'm telling you, it can happen.
We've seen some stuff already this tournament.
Absolutely.
HD not getting the stumble skip. His run is deemed not viable. Gonna have to go ahead and give Jovin the win here.
Yep, automatic disqualification. There goes Luigi getting his leg day in. Very important.
I always think it's funny, like this room specifically, that you could just walk past it. Like they made him optional of all things.
Yeah.
Jovin also missing the stumble skip. We're gonna have to host a rematch here.
Yep, double DQ. That's not Dairy Queen. So we'll see HD spraying his element out while he's coming down from the ceiling. That'll spawn the ghost earlier on his left.
Jovin doing a little 360 on the treadmill. You gotta have swag when you run on a treadmill.
Absolutely, you know, he's just he's mixing it up. You know, Luigi goes on the treadmill pretty often, so, you know, gotta keep it, you know, original.
Keep it real. Looks like the Boo just switching the ice bucket here. Maybe not. Maybe I was reading the radar wrong. HD's a genius and I'm a failure.
I would have hit the ice bucket too, it's okay.
Already has the ice element in hand too, which is nice.
Absolutely.
Jovin opting not to check the chair there next to the chest. Got to keep that sum of best accurate. HD making his way downtown. He's walking fast, face to pass, and he's homebound, but then it's over. I realized halfway through what was happening.
Yeah, we'll see HD electing to grab Petunia first. Generally speaking, I would say most runners do grab her first, but you actually can grab Nana before Petunia.
And Jovin now, you know, making his way downtown. He's walking fast, face is passing, he's homebound. It's over. It's literally perfect for the hallway length, that one verse.
So we'll see HD taking a little bit more time on that last yarn ball for Nana, ensuring that he doesn't miss, because if you do in fact miss one of the balls, you do have to restart. Oof.
Oh, HD. That sucks. So the Boo was in the sewing wheel there, and right as he went to check it, it switched to the other side of the room. Because this game is fun.
We'll see.
Jovin getting blasted by Nana's eye laser.
Beaten up a little bit. Yep. Don't mess with Nana.
Jovin opting to check the right side of the room first. Maybe not.
Checking the left side. You know, he knows that HD had the ghost in there, so maybe having that sixth sense, seeing if it's there for him.
Getting a Boo ball instead, though, which is, you know, such a tease.
Absolutely. You'll notice both players also taking advantage of the ice element, freezing the Boo in place so they can open the chest to get the key out. Yeah, Astral Hall Room is always interesting because, you know, players, you know, relatively will do the same thing, except on the third set of ghosts. Some players will elect to do a
I was
triple.
just saying that the other match. I feel like everyone has a different strat for this room on the triple. Some people just don't do the triple at all, like HD. Some people burn twice. Some people get whacked by a Shy Guy. That was actually a mistake by HD, and that's actually kind of a timely mistake, too, because he's got to get this guy to respawn and get the mask off again. And
yeah, he also did struggle to get the first little grabber ghost as well to even set up for the double on the Shy Guys. But yeah, absolutely. You'll definitely see players elect to do different things in this room. And it's really funny because the room's like a pretty basic room. So you would think that it would be very, you know, concrete as to what they do. But, you know, players definitely like to innovate and, you know, like to go for certain things. So yeah, we'll see Jovin go for that triple. And
oh, accidentally spraying the fire element.
Yeah.
Caught the second Shy Guy before it despawned. Very nice. Good recovery.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty unbelievable, to be honest.
I know. I was pretty shocked. I was like, dang, I see you, Jovin. So we'll see HD lining up for Moonshot here, taking an extra second just to make sure, since Moonshot's angle is really, really particular and can be very unforgiving, and it loses a lot of time if you do miss Moonshot, since you have to wait for it to go all the way past the moon and then have another one spawn in.
Yeah, missing Moonshot's not fun, and we see a lot of it from runners of all levels.
Absolutely. Yeah, HD getting it first try, heading towards Mario Star, and we'll see if Jovin can do the same. What you're looking for is like this little gap between Luigi's arm and like the vacuum. It's like almost like a V shape. And both players getting it. Both players will be heading down into the projector room, which again is another room where there's a little bit of variance with strats. Some players will elect to get the double and triple slightly differently. Projector room being one of the few rooms that you cannot actually see the ghosts in until you flash them with the flashlight. The only other one, I believe, being the mirror room, right by the fortune teller. At least in that room, though, you can see the ghosts in the reflection of the mirror. Here, you only see the shadows where they drop.
Yeah, but so once if you know where the ghosts spawn, I mean, it's not a thing.
It's still interesting, though. I mean, when you think from like a casual perspective. It's
casually it sucks.
Yeah, I mean, as a speedrunner, I would hope that you would know where the ghosts come in after you've played the game more than once. But you know, from a casual perspective, you have to imagine it's incredibly scary.
HD doing the smart and spawning the boo, then spawning the glove.
Absolutely.
It helps him get close to the door, move the glove around. It's a good time. Jovin looks like also is going to be getting great RNG. Same RNG, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But Jovin not opening the chest first, so he's going to have to, you know, walk to the right, then walk to the left, which, I mean, it's not a big time loss, but it's a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We got HD getting the boo to spawn in the desk/chair.
Exactly what you want.
Absolutely. And we'll see Jovin heading upstairs very shortly, too, and seeing if he can get the same RNG.
You hate to see that boo spot in the bottom left lamp in that room.
Yeah.
It's not fun, and it seems to happen all the time.
Yeah, I would say that more commonly, at least for me, I haven't spawned either in the ship or the desk, but sometimes it's just unforgiving.
Here it is! There it is!
There it is, yep.
I'm just gonna shut my mouth.
Ooh, HD
great RNG, yeah.
Yep.
I feel like I haven't seen perfect twin RNG in a minute. I feel like it's always mediocre.
Yeah. I mean, unless you get exactly what HD got there, like, it's, you know, usually not too bad. Like, usually there's not a huge gap between having to just check one more box. HD not going for the twin double, though.
It looked like he almost did.
I know, it almost seems like he was maybe contemplating it, or was like, oh, I can maybe get it, but electing not to. We'll see Jovin kind of running around the room now, checking.
Jovin getting that mediocre RNG I was talking about.
Yeah, fun little fact about the twin room is that the monsters poster over there is actually something that you can use to do a tech skip, but it's just not usually an optimal setup, and it's very, very out of the way to go for it. But it's just one of those things. If you want to show off to your friends, be like, "Hey, watch me skip these text boxes from EGAD and do the text."
Oh, we're gonna get boo ball zoom in.
Oh yeah.
That's yeah.
The prime time boo ball.
Oh goodness, I love it every time. Every time it's so good. So you see HG setting up for a tech skip here as well.
Yep, on the Lydia bed. Getting it very, very well. Yeah, you can essentially skip EGAD's text with the boos with any cloth in the game, I'm pretty sure, as long as you suck it up in the right you know, amount of frames.
Yeah, it's got to knock you back too, though, which is weird, but
yeah,
it's a thing.
It is a thing, yes. Yeah, HD having definitely a little bit of a lead here.
Yeah, but I've seen Area 4 things happen, and I think we all have.
Oh, absolutely. It's still anyone's race for sure.
Here's a weird little Japanese version only glitch where the music sometimes just doesn't play in between fortune teller segments.
Oh, the music in the Japanese version in general is super lucky. Also, we'll see Jovin get the cloth off a little too early, so still having to go through that text box. Very unfortunate.
Luckily, it doesn't get too punished by the text, because the text after you get the 15th boo is random, and some of it's longer, some of it's shorter. And then the Lydia room, there's also lag. So if you get a long text, like a Van Gogh text, and it's a laggy room, it's just like, why? When you know you could have skipped it, it's just a big slap in the face.
Absolutely. The game definitely is like, haha, sorry. It's one of those sorry, not sorry.
I was going to say sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, we'll see. I think HD wrapping up the fortune teller segment right now here, so I would definitely say that he's over a minute ahead.
But, yeah, Area 4 can do Area 4 things. HD can have a 50-second Grimly.
Absolutely, Grimly's still a factor, and again, Bulasis is still very much a factor. You know, he could have the ice spawn out of bounds, or, you know, end up getting a 2-cycle. You know, no runner is immune to all the punches that this game throws out.
So now you'll see HD coming up. He's going to grab Ice. Jovin finishing up Fortune Teller here, I believe. Yeah. HD, I believe, saying he got a gold split. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, getting gold splits is always a good thing, especially in a race. It's just like an extra little like icing on the cake there.
I think if HD didn't 2-cycle Bogmire, this would be really like a super PB pace run for him.
Yeah, I was gonna say HD really hasn't made too many mistakes other than not being able to 1-cycle Bogmire.
There still might be PB pace even, but I'm not too familiar with HG's PB.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar either. I mean, just like, you know, off of like offhand knowledge, you know, missing that 1-cycle probably cost him somewhere around like 10 seconds. So, you know, depending on how well he's playing in some of these other areas, he can definitely make up that time. I can imagine that his sum of best is quite a bit lower than his current PB, so I'm sure he has time to save.
I mean, I know HG specifically, and he's a long-time runner, and I know his gameplay is better than what his PB is, for sure.
Yeah, I have faith in HD. I think he can PB.
I want both of them to PB.
Absolutely.
You know, how often do you see, I guess Jovin's top 15, but I was going to say top 10 runners PB, but hey.
Don't worry, I'm sure Jovin will be top 10 soon. It's fine.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he's been on the grind for sure. It's very respectable.
Ooh.
Both players have definitely...
We see Jovin's first good instance of RNG in a minute. Somehow opens that chest from that angle. Yeah, overall good gameplay there. You know, getting bonked is whatever, but...
Yeah, those things happen. So we'll see Jovin heading to Bulasis and HD starting up his Bulasis. Will the ice be out of bounds? It
ice is
not.
Right there.
It is in bounds. Very good.
Ice is right where you want it to be.
Absolutely.
Alright, so we should see a pretty clean Bulasis here, I'm hoping, from HD. Hopefully not commentator cursing that one, but it's looking pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. That's about what I expected from that one. Very nice stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. A low 39, Bulasis. Definitely a good time. We'll see if Jovin can get a clean Bulasis here. Hopefully no out-of-bounds ice for him either. It is unlikely, but these things do happen. And Jovin also getting a very good ice placement there. And you'll see Jovin actually stop for a second to line up.
And we see the ice shot, and hopefully the ice spray. A lot of people don't do that ice spray after the first shot, and it's a mistake to not do that.
Yeah, the sweep.
But he'll get the 1 cycle as well. Okay, I didn't jinx it about 15 minutes ago, so that's exciting.
That is good. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Yeah, both runners, you know, having again about around a minute between them currently, but they're still about, you know, 20-ish minutes, probably a little bit less given these runners, but about 20-ish.
Hopefully about 16 minutes.
Yeah, that would be nice. There's still definitely a lot of time left in this run for Jovin to catch up here. Both players, I do have to say, playing very, very well overall, though. This kind of level of gameplay is definitely nothing to stink at. Like, it is incredible that they're able to, you know, play at this level.
And really, to just kind of to do a one-off run like this, you know, and to play at this level is a whole different story. You know, it's one thing to have a PB of a 57 or 58 or whatever, but it's another thing to, you know, get up, you know, quote unquote on stage in front of a bunch of people and you know, with very little warm up, just go and just run.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if HD goes for Breaker 1 cycle.
He said if he has a decent lead, he's gonna go for it. So I think he's got a decent lead.
Yeah, it'd be definitely cool to see in We'll just have to see what happens. The game has officially been spoopy for HD now, since the power's out. It's a spoopy game. But yeah, the Grimly coming up here could work in favor of either runner, depending on the RNG, since Grimly can be very mean or very nice. We'll see. HD not getting an Instagram here. It is possible for Grimly to show his heart right away as you enter the room, but still not getting too bad of a Grimly segment there. We'll see him collecting the key. We'll see Jovin on his way to another mirror to warp down into the main lobby. Yeah, if you guys haven't realized, if you do take a picture of any mirror in the mansion, except oddly the mirror in the mirror room, you will be warped back to the main foyer area. So we'll see Jovin heading into the breaker room, or not Jovin, HD heading into the breaker room here. And we'll see if he does in fact go for breaker 1 cycle. For anybody who doesn't know what breaker 1 cycle is, that's
I'm back. Sorry.
1 cycle the breaker room do here, and it has a very high amount of health. So it's a very, very advanced 1 cycle.
Jovin's getting Grimlead right now.
Yep, and he's still waiting, and we'll see HD elect for the breaker 1 cycle, getting hit by the boo.
Not bad though, actually. He's got to pull him a little further away, and he's double cackling too.
Yeah,
he's gonna let him go. At that point, it's a waste of time. He's gonna hope that it goes back into the breaker room, but if it doesn't go back into the breaker room, then it's unfortunately, and I hate to say it, literally a waste of time in this category.
Yeah. So we'll see HD get the cellar double there and elect to do a strat a little bit different than what some other people do, you know, utilizing the fire element. But definitely still very optimal. Getting also a very good read on the radar there. Lots of
the boot moved to the right, which was interesting, but it worked out. Now here's an interesting thing. If Jovin can get the breaker boot 1 cycle, which he's going for, and if he executes it, I mean, it'll be very good for him, is all I'll say. He's pulling him, but the... no.
It's a good attempt. I thought I had seen, the Boo look like he had maybe double cackle, but it's so hard to tell when you don't have the audio. We'll see Jovin not electing to use any element at all and getting that cellar double. So maybe saving a second or two up on HD from that, but definitely going to have to save a little bit more time too.
Yeah, going for that cellar. I mean, again, now for Jovin, hopefully the breaker Boo is in the breaker room. Because then that'll have Jovin, a little bit of an edge later in the game, not having to go for Van Gore Boo.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Jovin spawned the decoy, so it may be hard for him to...
I mean, you just go in and go out. That's the only real... And yep, there it is. And goodbye.
Yep.
So technically there, if Jovin didn't go for Breaker Boo, he would have gained a lot of time on HD. So it's kind of like a weird gamble to do that.
Yeah.
But if it's something they do in their runs, in their normal route, then... why break from the norm?
Yeah, I feel like also, the runners feel like they, should try and do whatever they can to save time, even if it is risky. And I can imagine that Jovin does know that he's behind.
I'm sure he's, most runners, as they're doing this, kind of pay attention to the stream a little bit. Some even talk in the chat at the same time.
That's next level.
Yeah. HD opting to go for singles on the Toy Soldiers. But it was nice, quick, and clean. And I believe HD goes for Boston Burn as well. So, let's see. I'm a liar. I'm a filthy, filthy liar.
I will say that the Boston Burn is definitely like more pleasing than just burning all the ghosts.
Yeah, but it's also not fast.
No, it's not. It looks good aesthetically, but I was gonna say it's definitely a lot more reliable to just burn the ghosts.
My aesthetic.
Yeah, we'll see Jovin getting the Toy Soldiers going. We'll see if he elects to go for a double, or if he'll just grab them all individually.
Nice little stumble skip from HD there.
It was smooth like butter. It also looks like Jovin is going to go for the double here, so we'll see. Getting a mushroom spawn, that's a little scary.
If he grabs control of the blue Toy Soldier here, that's awesome. Yeah, that was great. I mean, that's what you want to happen there. Even with avoiding that poison mushroom, and that poison mushroom was all over him too.
Yeah, Jovin doing a really good job of managing that mushroom. Also, you'll notice HD giving a little love tap to the...
I was going to say, speaking of aesthetically pleasing, here's the Boston Burn.
Yep, there it is.
Shout out to Boston Brew, wherever you may be. My aesthetic is complete.
So we'll see HD getting a very clean armory room there.
And I think the Boo just switched. Oh, never mind. Now it just switched.
Yeah. It looked like it might have been towards the top of that room there, but definitely it was piecing out a little bit and going somewhere else. Oof. And the Boo in here can be incredibly tricky.
A lot of stuff to check in that room.
Also, the room is a bit laggy as well, so there's definitely a risk for, having some trouble. Like, it's definitely more of a non-traditional suck up on the Boo, It's definitely...
You really got to time your arm pumps.
Yeah. It's not so much as rhythm-based where it is with a lot of other Boos where you can kind of just feel it out. With that one specifically, you want to really, really pay close attention to your health on the Boo. Yeah, HD definitely taking a little bit of time to find that Boo, though. If Jovin can find the Boo a little bit quicker, might be able to save some time.
And a great triple there. It's funny watching, over the years, all these strats develop and whatnot. If you watch the tournament from a couple years ago, it'd be like watching a totally different speed run.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. And we'll see Jovin manipulating the boost, so it does go.
HD getting wrecked by these grabber ghosts.
Jovin getting a very, very clean one cycle on the Armory Boo. Yeah.
Pipe Room's a little bit of an interesting one. It's actually a room, you know, one of the few rooms optional to complete, but you do need the key from there. So you just kind of walk in, freeze the ice, grab the key, and leave.
Yep. Get in, get out, nobody gets hurt.
Not that it's a difficult room to complete, because it's not. You just have to get those 3 ghosts, and that's it.
Yeah, the Weston room is definitely an interesting room as well. I would say that the basement is very, very interesting. There's a lot of rooms.
I don't think you keep momentum from sliding after burning. Otherwise, HD would get wrecked by that icicle.
Yeah, the icicles are very brutal, especially in the English version where you take double damage. In the Japanese version, you don't, but in the English version, they can do upwards of 40 damage.
Yeah. What a beautiful Weston one cycle, though.
Absolutely. You'll notice HD electing to collect most of the pearls there. Luigi can auto-lock onto things such as pearls, and that can really interfere with your one cycle on the boo, so it's definitely important to kind of...
I mean, specifically in this room.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, HD
with the ice physics and everything else.
HD getting a very clean one cycle.
Yeah, that was great.
Jovin now heading into Weston.
Second try RNG, which, you know, obviously is but you know, when you're talking about execution, it was definitely a very job well done.
For sure. For sure. And we'll see HD grabbing some fire as he heads up to Van Gore. The last portrait ghost before the final boss fight.
And clean suck up for Jovin as well on Weston.
Yep.
A lot of these runs are very kind of a little identical to each other.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. You'll see a lot of the runners make similar mistakes or you know, execute rooms you know, very similarly, and it's just it's interesting, and I guess it just shows how you know, the game is optimized in the sense that there are players that are able to very consistently do rooms and almost do them identically, but at the same time there's definitely some rooms that seem to give a lot of runners trouble, even some of the best runners in the world.
So Jovin maybe about a minute behind, it looks like here.
Yeah.
So unless, you know, HT messes up some serious stuff, which again, Crown Theft, not saving on Van Gore Boo. Or was it Weston Boo? I don't know. I don't remember which one. Pancakes. Was it Weston?
I think it was Weston.
That's insane.
It can happen. I totally could see it. You know, it can happen.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to save warp and accidentally just mash B once wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely gonna have to take some stuff from HD here to, you know, give Jovin another opportunity to win this race.
For sure.
Even on the King Boo, if Jovin were to get a 2-cycle and HD were to get a slow 3, it still wouldn't be enough at this deficit.
Yeah, at this point you would need to see an HD Crown Theft or something like that. Which has happened in tournament races before.
Yeah, Crown Theft is one of those things that you don't want to happen in like a tournament or like on a PB pace run, but otherwise it's like really funny.
Yeah. Pretty much what we mean by Crown Theft, if you're not aware, you can accidentally, or on purpose, steal King Boo's crown off his head before finishing the boss fight, and it just soft locks the game, so it makes the speedrun illegitimate. Because you don't get the credits, and you're just kind of there.
Yeah, and when you load the save file, it's still weird too. Like resetting the save file is a bit tricky. So we'll see HD grabbing the Van Gore Boo here since he was unable to get the Breaker Room Boo.
Great for a suck up, first cycle, I should say.
Yeah, HD looking like he's gonna get a very clean 2-cycle on this Boo.
Nope. Might have been one double cackle, but overall, yeah, it was fine. And Jovin's really still right there.
Yeah, I know. The runners are actually still quite close. It's just crazy because at this portion of the run, like, a minute doesn't seem like it's over that much time, but between grabbing Van Gore and the Boo, it definitely does add up. But Jovin definitely keeping this race close.
Yeah, it looks like each runner is going to be about within a minute of their PB.
Yeah, we'll see Jovin take his go at the Van Gore Boo here. The Van Gore Boo being one of the highest health Boos in the game, and the highest that you grab other than King Boo in the no out of bounds route, unless you go for Breaker Room Boo, of course. That one.
Jovin's going for risky
strats. Breaker is 200. This is 300. I'm goofing.
I think that'll pay off for Jovin. If you enter the room, oh, I lied. I'm a liar. Commentator's curse.
Yep. Can't keep doing Jovin like that.
I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, Jovin.
Okay, that one was on him. That one wasn't you.
So if you enter the room before the Boo enters the room, he kind of just floats in. Oh my god.
That's very unfortunate.
He just needs to grab him, dude. Keep the vacuum at the door. He's like...
Yeah, Jovin probably losing a decent amount of time there.
That was like 20 plus seconds of just...
Could you imagine on like a PB pace run having that happen? Like, oh my.
That was special. A special moment for all of us. Yeah, stuff like that happens.
It does.
Yeah. Definitely, you know. I don't want to say it sealed his fate a little bit, but I won't say it didn't either.
Yeah, HD's gonna have to like die on this boss fight.
Just die. I mean, if he crown thefts and
that too, yeah.
That'll do it.
So we'll see HD.
Jovin would definitely have the lead at that point.
Getting ready to take his first go at the King Boo here.
HD purposely getting a crown theft because he wants to do a run in the losers bracket.
He's already won the tournament. He wants to prove that he really
the gem, dude.
Yeah, so we'll see HD getting a fairly decent first cycle there on King Boo, getting him down to 253. Ideally, you want to get him below 250, but still keeping it very close to 250. And the second cycle actually is easier in a lot of ways for some people because of the vacuum auto lock onto the Boo. HD actually dropping the 2-cycle there. Commentator's curse from me.
Listen, it wasn't me.
Yeah, I know. I got you. It's fine. I'll take the L on this one. But, honestly, a bit unfortunate for Jovin. Had he had bridged the gap a little bit,
it would have been real close.
It would have been real close. Yeah.
If he didn't spend 20 cycles on Van Gore Boo.
Yeah, we'll see HD finishing with a 58-31 or so. Now we'll see Jovin heading into the final boss fight himself. Very solid performance from HD though, and from Jovin as well.
For once, dude, nice 360 from Jovin.
360 no scope. Showing that he wants to be a part of a trick shotting team on Call of Duty. You know, showing everybody his skills.
Got phase Jovin here. 253 as well.
253,
that's weird.
Yep.
Let me tell him if HD wants to join us. If not, it's up to him.
So we'll see Jovin take his go here at the second cycle, see if he's able to get that 2-cycle. Looking like he did get a good chunk of health there. Yep, and he finishes with 59-37. So again, both players being about a minute apart, similar to how their PBs are a minute apart. And both players being just about a minute off of their individual PBs as well. So very, very consistent play.
Oh, we have HD here. Hi, HD.
Hi.
How are you?
Well, given the circumstances that just occurred, I am pretty pissed.
Yeah,
You won the race.
Well, I won the race, but I feel defeated because, I told myself I was going to get a 57. I was mad when I didn't win Cycle Breaker Boo. And I intentionally let King Boo go early on the first cycle just to try to get that 57, 59 in the cycle early.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, still a very, very good.
A very solid performance, especially early game. Even without early release, that early game time was.
Yeah. I was plus 23 at Moonshot, and I was plus 9 at Clairvoyant.
Yeah, that was a great split as well.
That was a gold.
That's awesome.
And then we got Jovin here as well. Hello, Jovin. All right. Oh. Maybe.
I heard a beep. Jovin, are you there?
All right. Jovin says he was very happy with it. With the performance. The ending of the run was, a little tough, but, he's happy. It was such a good race. And he said his mic is sucking. He's actually typing in the...
Yeah. He also said that GameCube and I are the best commentators of all time.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Nice
I don't know how all these.
Not
things
only that,
saying.
but he also said he should have never stepped up to me.
Yeah. Lots of stuff coming from Jovin right now.
A lot of stuff coming from Jovin. It's crazy. So HD will move on to main bracket round 4, where he'll face the winner of Zircon Eagle versus IMARX, and then. You've got Jovin being put into losers round 3, where Zone could be facing anyone. There's a lot of different options on that one. But if you want to check out the bracket, feel free to check it out down. It's probably not down below, actually. But if you type, yes, the Sammy B, thank you, Sam.
That's my job. I got
the Luigi Mansion No Out of Brown's bracket is right there. The challenge link, the schedule is there. There are a lot of matches happening this week, and not even all of them are scheduled yet. So if you like Luigi's Mansion, boy, is this a week for you.
Absolutely.
That being said,
GC Forever HD1.
What? Oh,
HD1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. So beyond that, feel free to give both of these runners a follow. They both do stream. And they both deserve it. And then beyond that, thank you for watching us and letting us commentate and just having a grand old time.
Absolutely. Shouts to Speed Gaming as always.
Yes.
They're amazing.
Yes, absolutely. And with that, we're going to wrap things up here, and we'll catch you at the next one, which is currently scheduled for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. It'll be the match that was supposed to happen today, Mr. Afroman 20 versus Sandy X.
Very nice afro, by the way.
Very nice afro. And that will be on, looks like the main Speed Gaming channel. So
Prime time.
Go check that out. And we'll see you then. Take care, everyone, and have a fantastic night.
Yep. See ya.
Take care.